interesting way. All right. We're live, by the way, with him on our social media. So if you are on Facebook, if you are on our YouTube channel, well, is a chance not only to listen to the discussion, but also to check out the interview as it unfolds. Please help me get published. The Powerful Employee, Curt Anthony Marshall, a man on a mission to make a difference with his book. Now, there's so many people who wanted to publish books. I mean, why have we got him on the radio? I spotted a cartoon. There was a little video that I spotted a while ago. Thought I'd share what that sounds like. So we're going to play it in for people watching on our social media, but everyone listening on radio will be able to have a listen to that as well, because this is the thing that caught my eye initially.
At the age of 17, I discovered something that most teenagers fear today. I realized I was not going to college or university. I was never going to set foot into a lecture room or roam the dorms like most teenagers do after leaving high school. My parents weren't the wealthiest people on earth, and they weren't poor either, don't get me wrong. But because I have siblings, it kinda makes things hard to send 3 kids off to university. Even if they send one of us, I mean, who do they choose? This sad news left me feeling unworthy and unwanted by the world. Why? Because society paints the world with one brush for school leavers.
Get good grades, go to college, and get a well-paying job.
My fear of leaving school really got to me, and it turned me into a couch potato. But after one lecture from my mother, I got off the couch and started searching for a job. After a few days of searching, I landed a job at a well-known denim franchise, and the rest was history. After working within the retail industry for more than a decade, I became a successful and a powerful employee, without the means of a degree or diploma. A lot of people asked me, "But Curt, how did you do it?" My project is a book called The Powerful Employee. It is about a young man, yes, myself, who has overcome so many fears that most kids fear today. So why fund this project though? You're on mute, Aiden. You are on mute.
Unmute. There we are. Curt, there we are now. Good morning. How's it going, man?
I'm good, and yourself, man?
All right, no worries. Listen, so you're saying, how do we fund this project? Or why should one fund the project? I mean, you've laid out a very interesting story. Why should we fund your project then?
Well, first of all, when you play that video, it's like, all the memories come back, and you feel this emotion of being at school, and there's this feeling of you're not going to be successful because you're not going to college, you're not going to university. So, and there are millions of kids that are going through the same thing, and I know that. I've been there. I've seen it. Even growing up as an employee, I still see it. Even today, I still see it. So it hits home. When you look at a project like this, you think to yourself, there's a huge gap in South Africa at the moment, where kids are not being nurtured in a way that can get them to become a powerful employee. So for me, why funding this project is a simple case of learning the basics from a young age. When you're in high school and you have this book at your hands, it's like basically a guide to life, a guide to becoming successful without worrying about going to college, university, because that's the first thing people think about is money. I need money to become successful.
Yeah.
I need a business to become successful. I need, who's going to help me, start the next app. I need 10 million to start the next app. So these are basic fundamentals that I've painted, since I was a teenager, even before, leaving high school. I mean, I learned simple things from my parents that young kids, kind of, miss. So this book is like twofold. It's teaching kids how to, become successful without the means of a degree or diploma. And number two is learning the simple disciplines of the things that our parents are teaching us and that we are not listening to. So and there's so many theories within this book that theories of my own, proven theories that other people
Yeah.
have, so yeah, and there's this case of fear that also comes upon people when they're leaving school, fear of doing something because they're different, you know, and that's the other point that the book paints is like overcoming fear. There's a beautiful quote that Emerson actually said is that if you do the fear, the death of fear is certain. So and I did so many things that I feared in life, and when I did it, I just overcame so many things, and I pushed through the boundaries. As and I said in the video, I overcame so many obstacles in life. Pushing past that barrier of fear and looking at what is the world going to think about me. Because again, I love teaching millennials nowadays. That's like
Yeah.
my market. I love teaching the millennials nowadays because, and I'm sure you have kids of your own, Aiden.
Hmm.
And they are millennials. They are going into a generation where it's just it's crazy. So it's fast paced. Everything is just technology. So for me, I come from that world where technology was booming. It just started coming up, and you're getting into the iPhones and the iPads and so many pads and eyes and this and whatever. But that generation for me has lost its traction for grasping the simple things in life. And the simple things in life is what gets us to be that that unique, authentic
Hmm.
person that the world wants to see. Because
All
all
right.
the yeah
Yeah.
so sorry, you were saying
Very
something?
quickly, I'm looking at I mean, there are loads of messages. Somebody saying, "What a story! He sounds so motivated." Well done to him. We wish him well with his endeavors. Here's another one, guys. Thanks so much for this guy's story. I have a 19-year-old son going through the same emotions, having fear of not knowing what to do with his life and not becoming successful. Thank you very much for this discussion. All right, so obviously there's a demand. You've struck a nerve. You've struck a chord with people.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this book. Then, what's the process involved? How much money do you need? How far along are you in raising this money?
So so just a comment. I am a motivational speaker as well,
All
just so
right.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, uh, so the book. So there's a link on my Facebook page and also on your Facebook page as well, on the Heart Facebook page. There's a link right at the bottom. The Thunder Fund page. So Thunder Fund is a crowdfunding
Yeah.
platform. So if you go to that link, you go straight to my page, and that's where you found the video, Aiden. And then
Yep.
on the side, it will say fund this project. And I need about 55 to 60,000 to publish this book. And the reason why the book is actually published by an Italian publisher. They
All right.
found my book. They called Europe Books, and they were the ones who actually, they said, here's a contract. We'd love to publish your book. You've hit a nerve in Europe because there's so many people, mind you, that people don't even know that are going through the same thing. So they wanted the book, and I need about 55,000, to publish the book. And through that 55,000, it's basically paying for media coverage. I also get 200 copies of my own book. They get it shipped to me.
Hmm.
I then obviously I will have obviously do a book launch here, and yeah, that's basically the process. And at the moment, you'll never believe what happened to me about 2 days ago. Uh, I posted that video on
Yeah.
Monday, that short little clip. I posted that clip on Monday, and 2 days later, a little birdie, I will name him anonymous. A little birdie came to me. He phoned me up and he said, "Listen, I want to sponsor you 12,000 rand."
Nice.
And I believe in this book. I believe in you, and I believe that what you're doing is, it's God's purpose for you. So, and that was amazing. And I didn't put it into the fund. I basically said I'm handing this money straight to the publisher, and they obviously that's the tipping point. So 12,000 rand gets the book processed. It's the
Yeah.
starting. process. They start editing. It goes out to other publishing houses, and business people read it and they critique on the book, and they obviously say what happens. So that 12,000 rand actually gets used for that process. So yeah, that's
All
how
right.
far along I am with the book at the moment.
It's
And
listen.
how
It's
far along I am. Yeah.
It's well on its way. Listen, hopefully the balance of that money comes streaming on in sooner rather than later. So the details are up on. It's going to be difficult to scribble it down if you're driving. So go back to either our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, where you'll find the video of Curt and I having this conversation. All the details are there. Otherwise, just on our Facebook page, we'll include the link and it'll take you straight there. It often happens when people are on the radio. People from their past come crawling out the woodwork. Hi, I was in Kurt's class in high school, and I've been through the same path as he in life. I completely agree with him. Love that he's making this known to everybody. Well done, Mr. Marshall. Great job. From somebody called Michael Barlow.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
No, but I mean, come on. It's exactly as you pointed out. For various reasons, people end up not being able to pursue tertiary education. A lot of it is money. It's not always opportunity or ability, but finance. And it doesn't mean that you're doomed from that point on in. I'm hoping the next discussion we have, sir, is when that book is published, when it is available, when it's in the hands of the young people who so desperately need it. And I hope that conversation happens really quickly also.
Of course, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The next time you see me, I'll be on TV probably.
Hey, yo. I love the side of it. Curt Marshall, appreciate his time this morning. And thank you for just the incredible work you're doing and just the empowering spirit with which all of this is happening. It's phenomenal. He's wanting to get his book published. It's called The Powerful Employee. He's looking at crowdfunding to get that done. And this is one of those projects. If you've got a couple of bucks spare, I think you should really, really seriously consider getting behind. Curt, you have a marvelous day and an amazing weekend. All right.
Thank you, Aiden. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Shot, man. Here we go. Curt Marshall is wanting to publish a book called The Powerful Employee. I'm really glad we had the discussion with him this morning right here on Hard Breakfast. All right, in the next while, I'm going to round out my private collection for the week. So that coming up in just a bit.